Hello, ladies and gentlemen, goblins and dwarves. We're back with another of the above ground fortress challenge videos that we've been doing. Hopefully this one isn't an absolute catastrophe. As we can see, we've got our little fortress over here, yes, with some little houses up there. Did we? No, we didn't. We just did one level of them. And then we've got our pastures and some storage areas over here, which are not exactly fantastic, but we are making do as best we can. Um, our main goals today are to set up some Marks Dwarf squad at least because we need some added protection. We keep getting attacked by the birds, and it's only a matter of time before you know we get some little goblin invasion coming our way. So we need to think about that as well. So that's one of the goals. Another one is to maybe increase housing for our beloved dwarfs. So I think we could probably just like build a set of stairs around here, every a couple of sets of stairs, and then go up a layer, and then just build like a carbon copy of these maybe. Um, yeah, that's probably going to do. And then it also, if we pave this over this area here, it would give the dwarfs on this level some sort of safety from the rain, basically, when they're going to and from their houses. So that's probably the best idea because we've only got a few bedrooms and then a tiny little dormitory over here, which we can see is currently fully in use. So that's a bit of a bummer. If we expand, like whichever next direction we expand, one of the things I might do is build a bigger dormitory, or maybe we could just build a dormitory here above the inn. That might be a good idea. I'm sure dwarves would love to sleep above a pub. Uh, yeah, we're going to finish making our well, which we started in the last video. So that should help us. And yeah, think about expansion. I'm not sure if we're going to expand just yet, but probably a good place to like start thinking about it anyway. So let's just have a little hop in. The first thing we're going to do is get ready for our Marksdorf squad. So we are going to go. Let's just check the stockpile first, actually. We have armor and weapons, but no ammo. Okay. And in weapons, we have crossbows. Right, that's fine. So let's go up a level, and then let's go up a level. And we can see we start doing it. Good stuff. So we're going to finish that now. We're going to go constructions and wall. Select material after placement. Yes. Let's do a limestone blocks. And go back to wall and keep building after placement. Limestone blocks. And then we'll just check that. But let's also build a door. Then, and while we're at it, we can also go to constructions again, go to stairs, and select material after placement. And we'll go up. There we go. And we'll just do it out of the mudstone blocks. Because why not? And then while that's getting finished and sorted out, we can go downstairs. We can begin to have a little look-see. Ah, there we go. You see, not quite done yet. We're nearly there. And once this is finished, we can begin. That's our well, right? No, that's our well. There it is. Okay, and then at the same time, we're going to go and we're going to have a little look-see at our little mining. So that's all dug out. Yep. Yep. Okie dokie. Cool. Let's go down to the next couple of levels. Did we do it again? No, we didn't. We've got some limonite there and some magnetite there. So let's just do this diggy. Let's just do a dig like that. So that's what? 15 to 12. 15 times 12. Do, 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 do. Oops. There we go. And then we can fill in the gaps with the rest. Boom. And we'll leave them like that while we wait. Press play in the meantime and let our dwarves run around. But hopefully we're not waiting for too long for all of this to finish. Excuse me. And we are pretty much done here, which is good shit, man. That was really fast. So we are also going to go to what do we need? Archery targets. Willow logs. There we go. Best thing to do would maybe be to put a stockpile here for ammo. Make charcoal has been completed. Lovely stuff. So in the meantime, what I did just before we start the video is I selected Raul Zalizog to be a militia captain, and that's all we've done. That was just for the sake of being able to build a squad. So we're going to go to create new squad. We're going to go to militia captain Zal and archers. So let's add this fella some positions. Novice shield, novice armor, novice mark dwarf. He's my trader. You know what? The peasants have got nothing else to do, so let's just fling them into it. A trapper, why not? We've got a lie maker and a presser, and a planter. Any other sort of roles that we don't really need? An animal dissector. And one more, just one more, just one more. And a spinner, because why not? So we're going to go back to squads. No, we're not. We're going to get out of that. Now we need a bowyer, which is this fellow over here. Make bone crossbows. On repeat. Let's make a bunch of bone crossbows. Let the guys do it first. And then in the meantime, I'm going to have a look at the leather works. And the time. Okay, we got a bunch of leather. Good. So now we need to build or get started on some leather armor. So we're going to build 10 stacks of leather armor. That's fine. Leather cap. Leather helm. That's it. 10 leather helms. Leather glove. Leather high boots. Leather leather quivers, that's important. So you've got armor, helmets, gloves, high boots, quivers. We'll find out if I need 20 of those each, because obviously I'm not sure if it makes one leather glove or two leather gloves. I think Dwarf Fortress is stupid in that it makes one leather glove, so I might need to double them up, but we can find that out later. So you've got your chest, your heads, some leggings, leather leggings. Yeah, leggings. Okay, cool. And we'll see if we got all enough for that. Good stuff. So we wait for all that to get sorted out, and then when it is, we can jump on further, and we can maybe establish our Mark Dwarf squad to help us be protected from the skies. We've also had a couple of what are they called? Snatches pop up, haven't we? Petitions. A guild hall for the farmers. Yeah. There is a way to spot how many petitions you have accepted. I can't remember what the way is, but there is a way to do it. I just can't remember what it is. I need to do that though. So let's just do it. Let's put the guild halls here. Select material after placement. Yep. Boom. Let's do limestone. Boom. Let's do limestone again. We'll go to here, and we need 7. So boom, boom, and then what do? And then what do we want? Just use limestone like that. And then we will also go upstairs again. Stairs. And we will just build them out. Because I have another petition to do, and I can't remember exactly which guild wants it. So that was a farmers guild. So we can do that, that's not a problem. And then when I'm in there building the areas, I can probably remember which one it is, which guild it is that wants it to be done. The other guild. So that's done. Let's build a floor now. So we're gonna go. No, damn it! I clicked wall. Don't want to make that mistake again. Use last material. Yeah. Damn. There we go. So let's go to areas and we'll go to an archery range. Boom. Shooting in that direction. Assign the laborious patrols. Laborious patrols. And then schedule. Train constantly for now. Just to get your skills up. The dwarves could not find a path. Weird. So we can do this while we're here. We can go onto this. Put one there, and put one there while we wait for the rest of them. Has become a recruit, one's become a Marks Dwarf. So yeah. That should get someone coming up here. So you've got ammo stockpiled. We've got a bunch of crossbows getting built. We should have our squad here. Yeah, see, some of them have got crossbows in their hands, and some of them have got leather armor. So let's hope that that means they're going to start coming here to train. That's the plan. Yeah, I hope. I hope that they come here to train. Uh, hmm. Yeah, a bunch of bolts as well. I don't know. We will come back to that anyway. It's been a while. Marks dwarves are always a little bit of a funky thing anyway. They're always a little bit troublesome. So it just take a little bit more of time to figure that out exactly. It's been a while since I made a Marks dwarf squad. I really need to remember how to do all of this. God, you know, you like Dwarf Fortress. There's so many intricacies to the game that if you don't play it for a while, you forget all the little things. Like, oh, if you don't go for a couple, you go for a few months without playing, and you've lost all of the little skills that you picked up for the several months that you were playing for around constantly. It's really irritating, to be honest, but we'll get there. We are digging nicely. Got a bunch of stuff there. What's this? Limonite, which is a ore of iron. Still nothing absolutely fantastic, though, to be honest. We haven't dug out any marvelous amounts of gold or gems, so not great yet, but hey ho. That is troublesome. That needs to get fixed. ASAP. That's okay. Yeah, I forget that. When you cut down a tree, it removes the ground that the tree was on, so the dwarves obviously cut down the roots as well. No mercy. Yeah, see, they're still not training. Let's try this. Let's remove the one. Let's do an archery range again, and we will do the archery range from here to here. Accept. And yep, and we're going to assign it to them. Boom. Then let's do a barracks as well. And accept. And we're going to assign it to them to there. Now they'll probably. She has made a badger bone figurine. Nice. Right. So they should probably start training there, I imagine. I make bone crossbows on repeat. You probably made enough crossbows now, so let's get rid of that as a task. Still nothing yet. Okay. Okay, that's a little annoying. It's what it is. Nearly done. Let's build another set of stairs here. There we go. And then we will also, we're going to go over all of this. So we're going to select material after placement. And there we go. What do we want to use? Ooh, there we go. We need 66. And we don't have 66 of anything, really. We're going to eat through all of our supplies doing this. That is a little bit annoying. There we go. That's bummer, but we'll see. We'll get there eventually. We also need to get more logs then, so let's zoom out of this. Let's zoom in. And there's a bunch of trees over here that want to be cut down. They're just waiting to be cut down, and let's also gather those entire supplies as well. So we'll zoom in, and we will wait for that to happen. Is our wall built up here? Nearly. So we are going to go construct a wall. And build our chalk. And we can't floor this yet. That's annoying. So what we will do is make it nice and fancy. I don't think we can smooth. Yeah, walls you can't smooth, but we can engrave. Boom. Make it nice and pretty for our guild hall. And then once there's enough materials, we will build a ceiling, and then we can make this into a guild hall 1. That should be fine. And food stocks seem pretty good. Drink 83. How much do we have? Brew drink from plant on repeat. Good stuff. Yeah, so it's going okay at the moment. This is really irritating me. I might have to have a. This might require a little bit of a googly Google, just to remind myself how to do it. Alert! There's a human caravan. Yeah, human caravan. So you've got crossbow, but you haven't got any of the leather. You've got some. What have you got? Your details. Badger leather, badger leather. No legwear, 2 assigned items, 2 assigned items, badger bones. Okay, might be a funky one. They have arrived and they're unloading their goods. Okay, let's move some goods then. What do they want from us? Bags, no. Barrels. Prepared food for 396. Prepared food for 345. Yeah, we got a bunch of food. We can afford to sell some of it. Have a little swoopity through. 458. Nope. 110. 811. Prepared food again for 356. Yeah, that's fine. And let's have a look in some bins. So we have bars and blocks, gems for 3k, leather, bars and blocks, bars and blocks, bars and blocks. Our bars and blocks are really not worth an awful lot. Our gems are worth 906. That's really what I want to sell. Finished goods, 202. Not great. Finished goods for 1600. Finished goods for 6k. 12k. There we go. I was wondering why our finished goods aren't worth an awful lot of money. That should be all that we need to sell. One prepared meal for 240. Why, hey. Statues which you don't care about. Goblets. One goblet for 1300. Wow. No, that should be enough. So we will wait for our dwarvies to run all that stuff over, and then we will get what we need. We'll probably buy some leather from them if we can, because leather's good, and we need leather. Some animals and some food and stuff, and that's about it, really. We don't need an awful lot else to trade. This sorted yet? Nope. That's a little bit irritating. How about this? Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, that's getting done as well. And yeah. Are these trees getting cut down? Nope. Okay. It will not. We need not be long before we find some. Before we start making a little bit more progress again. Anyway, that much is for sure. So we. Ooh, my mic broke down there. We will wait for our broker to arrive. He's currently asleep, and then once he gets there, we will trade. So it shouldn't take too long. Taking a little bit longer than I thought he would. What is this? The mayor has been re-elected. Oh, we have a man who we are not meeting the requirements for. Damn. Okay. Where do we want to put the mayor? Didn't think about this. I probably would have just put him here if I did think about it. Damn. So let's have a look. The mayor needs a dining room. So does the manager because it's the same person. So let's put this guy. Ah, as the manager. So let's go down to here, and we're going to find the mayor has an office and the bookkeeper has an office. The mayor needs an office as well, so we're going to put the manager. Ah, no, 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 no. Right, I know what to do. Yeah. What does he need? He has a study and decent quarters, right? So his room's fine and his office is fine. He just needs a dining room. That's all he needs. He needs a dining room. A personal bloody dining room. So, where to put the mayor's personal dining room? That is a good idea. Let's let's just put it here. No, no, no. Let's no, that's not a good idea. That's a bad idea. We can't fit it in. Um hmm. I don't know. We'll come back to that. We've got our little broker there, so let's do this now. Trade. I don't want gems. I don't want blocks or boulders or chains or flasks or instruments or toy boats or any of that. You've got a peach-faced lovebird. Okay. A crow, which we don't need, so we're going to leave that. I don't need barrels of anything. Warhammers, crossbows, breastplates, skirts, helms. No, 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 no. Do you have any seeds? Muckroot. Fuck it, why not? Quick lime, millet flour, sand. Cloth. No, I don't want cloth, but I'll buy you leather. I'll buy you leather, and I'll buy some more leather. Right, that's all I want from you. God, they have so many bags. Bins even. You know, just do it like this. Where is it? Boxes, bags, bins. There we go. Large gems I don't need. Anvils. I'll buy you meat though. And your fish. And your plants. And your leaves. And your leaves and fruit. And that's it normally. That's basically all I need. I'll buy you quivers as well while I'm here. And your cheese. We don't have any cheese. And I don't have any of this stuff. I haven't got any books going. My dwarves are not learned. So, learned Trader loss 1400. We need to give this guy 1400. So let's just give him all my prepared food. And he has now a trader loss of that. So get rid of that and just give him this. What are we giving this guy to make it that pricey? That was it. 202, 1600. Yes, okay. Let's do that. That's more of a fair trade. Dude, I don't want to give you that much. God, some of these are worth 400. Well, a few of them are worth 400. Give you this finished goods, which is 200, and give you this finished goods, which is 1600. And now you have a trader profit of 376. And I will give you this barrel as well, just to make it a little bit nicer for you. Boom. And you're pleased with the trading. Good stuff. Now, no trader needed. Looking at that finished goods section just reminded me that I have some extra stuff to put in. I made some nest boxes. So we will use closest material. Boom. Need access. What? I know for a fact that we have nest boxes in over here. So I just saw them. Nest box. Select material after placement. No Xbox. Right, okay. Where's my wooden? Also, rock crafts. On repeat. Bone crafts. On repeat. And shell crafts. On repeat. And I'm just going to make an order on here for a nest box. Nest box. Wooden nest. There it is. And that'll make a bunch of them. So, because we've got all these, these turkeys, hens, goose, and ducks, all these egg producers that are just not being fully utilized. It's a little bit irritating. We go upstairs, upstairs, upstairs. Okay, so let's see if we can build a floor on construction tab. So let's go to floor, select material after placement. Boom. That's what we're talking about. Still not an awful lot of stone. Got loads of metal though. Lead. Not certain what I'm going to use the lead for, but It's still not here. Ah, right, okay. What about this managed order? The leather armor is slowly getting done, actually. So if we go to squadly squads, select the equipment. They're still not. There we go. That's a little bit better. So should be running to grab all their gear, and that should start going green, 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 green. Okay. They're still not there. Resume the construction of that. I'm not too certain then. I will have to just get back and investigate it, to be honest. We are waiting now for this ceiling to get done, and then we can spruce it up and turn that into the first guild hall, and then we will start work on the second. Yeah. The trade merchants will be leaving soon, that's fine. And we still have not got this done. That's a little bit annoying, because I wanted to have done that by now. That's fine, we'll get there eventually. They're not that in need of water, are they? Really? They've got a river right next to them. They can survive a little bit for a little while. Let's also begin planning this. So we are going to stretch that down to there, and we are going to use all the logs we can get. So that's pine logs. Let's use the last material for that as well. Pine logs. We don't have enough pine logs, for which we'll use that, and then we'll stretch along to there as well. That should be sound. And then we can begin building up this area into more housing for our little dwarvies, which is not taking too long to do. Nearly there, nearly there, nearly there. Okay, so that was pretty productive. I need to investigate the Mark's Dwarf thing, though. That's like an absolute necessity. So that will take some time to figure out exactly. But other than that, we had two goals today and we haven't done any of them. That was a bit of a bummer. A little bit annoyed about that, but not much you can do, unfortunately. So next time I will be looking into finishing off the well. That's the priority, but also a priority will be doing the Marks Dwarves, finishing the Marks Dwarves off. Um, Progress is going. We are not absolutely annihilated yet. I think we are one big attack from some goblins or some. I'm surprised we haven't been attacked yet. Um, we one big attack and it's game over. I think for us, but you never know. Um, so yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you have other suggestions for challenge videos that you might want me to try out and see me fail potentially or succeed if I'm lucky, let them know in the comments below as well. Um, I do try to release weekly upload schedules. So on the Twitter or the X account, which you can see on your screen now at the bottom left. So yeah, if you're interested in that, or keeping track of when I'm going to be uploading certain things, give us a follow. That would help as well. Yeah. See you later, guys.